Vampire 218 here, bringing you my draft Pokemon Spotlight on Aromatisse. Now, looking at Aromatisse, it's got the 101 health, which is very good. You know, it has a good health stat. It means it can take a couple hits. It has a 72 in attack, which means it's just below where you want it, although it's still feasible to run a physical move on it. Having a 72 defense puts it just below where you want it as well. It can take a defensive hit, but it definitely doesn't want to. It has a 99 in special attack, which is very good. This thing is very suited to being a special attacker. Having an 89 in special defense, meaning this thing can take a special hit better than most. And a 29 speed, meaning this thing is slow as fuck. Going into the typing, it is a pure fairy, meaning it is immune to dragon, is resistant to bug, dark, and fighting, and is weak to poison and steel. Its two abilities are Aromavale and Healer. And Healer, I believe, is useless in League. Yeah, 30% chance to heal adjacent teammate. So unless you're doing some shenanigans with a doubles league, it's going to be useless for Healer. Aromavale protects allies from attacks that would limit their move choices. And again, I'm not sure how Aromavale works. It might also be useless. So its abilities seem like it's very suited toward team play. So you got to be aware of that when you're, drafting this. It's a good tanky fairy in the RU tier, which means it's a very good pickup if you need a fairy late in the game. I believe in Smogon, I want to say it's tier 4, in a GBA it's tier 4-ish, but I'm not positive. But either way, it's a very good lower tier fairy, and you always want a fairy. So we're going to go right into the move sets, starting from the bottom like I like. Wish. Wonderful. This gives this thing the good cleric ability that it needs. It's good. It can heal itself. It can heal others. Wonderful. It has access to Trick Room. This is very good because it's very slow, and it is suited well if you want to go into a slower team. You can set up a Trick Room, and then for 5 turns, your team moves first if they're slower. As we go up here, we have Thunderbolt and Thunder, which are very good on the electric special moves. We have Sweet Kiss, which is a way of confusion, but it's not, not the best. Keep going up here. We have access to Reflect. Very good. I believe this thing gets both screens. We will check when we get up there. We have access to Rain Dance and Sunny Day, meaning this thing can set up the weather, which is really good. We have access to Psych Up, which is good if they want to start setting up. We have access to Psychic as our Psychic type special attack. We have Moonblast as our fairy special attack. We have Magic Coat to bounce those hazards and whatnot. And we do have access to the dual screens, which means this thing can set up the dual screens quite easily. Very good. We have Heal Bell to remove those status conditions from your team. We have Gyro Ball being a very slow mon and giving it steel coverage on the physical side. Never bad. We have Flash Cannon as steel coverage on the special side. We have Energy Ball as our grass coverage on the special side. Drain Punch as our fighting coverage on the physical side, having a nice 75 power. And I feel like it's just slightly better than Draining Kiss, unless you're going up against something that's, of course, weak to Fairy. Moving on along, we have Charge Beam. We could use I Don't Prefer It. And we also get Aromatherapy as a second way of removing the status, which is always nice. And Calm Mind is probably our best setup move, being that we want to lean towards the special side. So overall, quite a good tanky mon. I feel like it could use a little bit more than just Wish, but that's just me. We'll look at its checks and counters, and then we'll talk about a little other stuff. So Steel types, of course. This thing is slow as hell, and most Steel types are going to outspeed it and hit it with a very hard Steel move, meaning this thing will probably only be able to take 1 or 2 hits. Poison types, yeah, we're a fairy. We're weak to poison. Most poison type moves, however, do tend to be on the special side. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, and stuff. There are some good physical ones, but we got to be aware of that. We can't take too many of those. Fire types, we don't have much to do damage to them, so we have a big issue with that. And Calm Mind Sweepers, I mean, you're in League, so that's not really that big a thing. You can predict for that. It has some sets: Calm Mind, Moon Blast, Rest, Sleep Talk. Never bad. Very similar defensive set, and you're going to be wanting to run this defensively. You don't you won't want to run your Aromatisse as a pure, hard, heavy hitter, 200 times the damage, because this thing really wants to be a tank, so you gotta let it tank. For items, I would honestly, again, say give it some tank items. You can give it a Rocky Helmet, never horrible. You can give it an Assault Vest, always good to have that high special defense. You could give it Leftovers, very good to get your health back. Or you could even give it, a berry or something out of the box. And when I mean out of the box, I mean you could bring something that your opponent is just never gonna predict. I mean, looking at Aromatisse, yeah, it is a tank, and your opponent is gonna be probably predicting tanky items and all of that. But you could definitely bring something that's, I guess, not a tanky item, because you could do the special damage with a life orb or something, and you have that wish to get your health back. So you definitely have the options with Aromatisse to do what you want to do. It's not the best, but for its tiering, it is quite good. I've been Vampire218, bringing you my draft Pokemon Spotlight on Aromatisse. If you liked the video, please make sure to leave a like, share, comment, favorite, and subscribe to see more Pokemon Draft League content. Bye!